of their career in 2000, and they traded for Esteban Luis, and it didn't work out. David Price isn't Esteban Luis. James Shields isn't Esteban Luis. I'd love to know what Don thinks of Shields. I mean, would you go? You talk about you talk about Price. It's less of a Price, no pun intended. David Price is on a different level. Yes, he is, right? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. One way or the other. They may need. I think they can win this division with the pitching they've got. But that's the thing. Is that enough for you? Will that be enough for the fan base to just squeak in? And God knows if they don't squeak in, people will say, "Why didn't you make it?" I'm Andrew Walker. He is Greg Brady. It is 7:09. Big day, big night last night, big weekend. Let's get you what you need to know. This is your Friday morning six-pack. 6 things you need to start your day. Number 6, Ontario voted last night. It's a Liberal majority government. You voted late last night before the polls closed at 9. You got all the details on 680 News. That's illegal. Did voting, I saw this a lot last night. Did voting, like, take you back to the 1950s? Did it feel archaic to you? It's not, it's just a pencil and an X. I know, we thought for years, since the mid-90s, right? Since we discovered the internet, is there a better way to do this? And you can eliminate fraud. I don't know if there is, but yet you can do everything else online. You can get your driver's license, you can get your health card, you can make obviously every banking move you want online. 51.7%. That's unofficial. It turned out last night. That's the lowest voter turnout we've ever seen. Or actually, it's a little bit higher than 2011, but it's the second lowest ever. Would you care to disclose your politics? Who you voted for? I've never voted for the same party. I tend to lean. Here's what I'd say I am. I'm a fiscal conservative, or if I'm a fiscal liberal, I'm a social justice conservative. That's why you're paying for coffee. I'm a social because of that. Alone. Number 5, World Cup yesterday, a 3-1 Brazil victory over Croatia. Host team has never lost their opener. 3 games coming up today. Well, first, what intrigues you the most about today? You get to watch one game today. I think people are underrating the Dutch. I think the Netherlands can win that match. The Netherlands not many people picked them to do anything good in 2010, and they went all the way to the final. So there's star players there. The younger depth isn't there. Also, you may see Jonathan de Guzman playing constant, by the way, today. Yeah, Jonathan de Guzman, Canadian kid, who's playing for Swansea, his second year at Swansea, who was playing in the German league there too, is playing as a Dutch international. That rankles a lot of Canadians who say you should play for Canada, but he's thinking also, I'd like to make the World Cup, and I live and work in Europe, and it doesn't do anything for me financially to play for Canada, and how many World Cups are you going to get to play in? It's a really interesting I see it's absolutely chicken and both sides, right? It's chicken and egg. If a Canadian player could never, if we sucked at hockey, would we be angry at Canadian hockey players that wanted to play at the highest level? I don't think we would. If we sucked, well, playing at the highest level, but Canada's never making the World Cup unless the guys commit to need your best player to have any chance. But even then, is there a chance? It's a fascinating thing, but Jonathan de Guzman's probably on the bench today. But nonetheless, he's on the Dutch team. I have a quick thought for you on that Brazil call that kind of swung the game yesterday. Now, for the casual soccer fan, and that's putting it at best for a guy like myself, I wonder if last night wasn't worst-case scenario for that. So you had both soccer criticisms come into effect. Number 1, the corruption. We need the home team to win, and here's a call to get it done. And number 2, the absolute sellout diving that people hate. Sure. And it both happened on the same play in the first game of the biggest tournament in the world. I know. That's embarrassing. And yet Brazil is the one host that shouldn't need it. They needed to help South Africa a lot more 4 years ago, or Japan and South Korea 12 years ago. Brazil shouldn't need the help. You're right about that. Number 4, NBA final last night. What can you say about the Spurs? They have lambasted the Miami Heat in 2 straight games, 107-86. Probably wasn't as convincing as game number 3, but it was pretty close, which is incredible. I think are we past where we're even considering of the big 4 sports, who the best sports franchise of the 21st century is? Do the Spurs have any competitor? I mean, we're talking about teams that are trying to win 2 Stanley Cups. The Blackhawks just did. I mean, Patriots are going to be in the mix, of course. But I can't think of anything longevity-wise with a coach and with a player. The Patriots would have to win another Super Bowl and make another couple to be in the conversation now with the Spurs. Number 3, U.S. Open at Pinehurst. What a first round for Martin Keimer, the German. He's a 5 under 65. Graham Delep is 5 over. Number 2, as mentioned, Blue Jays. They lose 4-2 to Baltimore. Game 2 tonight on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. And the number one thing you need to know tonight, probably this weekend, might see the Stanley Cup tonight. It's in the building again. Kings, Game 5, can close out the Rangers at the Staples Center. Got a feel on this game? We're not going to preview it too much. We've said what we can say, but do you have a feel?
Yeah, I feel the Kings will close it out tonight.
Yeah. And they lost the Game 5 at home 2 years ago to have to go back to Newark and play in Game 6.
Yeah,
so.
they did.
Yes, correct. And because New Jersey was down 3-0,
Yeah.
forced a couple.
Yeah.
All right, so Yankees-Jays tickets for Tuesday. We'll have more details.
Although they lost Game 5 on the road a couple years ago.
Oh, New Jersey at home
That's
advantage.
right.
You're
yeah.
absolutely right.
That's why I was confused.
And I confused you. Yankees, not the last time. Yankees-Jays tickets Tuesday, June 24th. Let's open up the Blue Jays ticket window, brought to you by the Great Blue Heron Charity Casino. Yanks won the '96 World Series, and 2 former Jays started games for the Yankees